welcome to another episode of the Chrissie Mayr podcast. We are on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud. And if you're listening to us on iTunes right now, please leave a 5-star review. So excited to announce some upcoming stand-up dates. If you're in the Jersey area and you missed the show in Atlantic City, you're in luck because I will be headlining in Jersey next Saturday, May 14th. In Morris Plains, New Jersey. That's at Tiff's Ale House, also known as the Dojo of Comedy. Then I'm heading to St. Louis Wednesday, May 25th to headline the Helium Comedy Club out there. And then I'll be near in the sort of Chicago area Friday, May 27th, headlining the Vixen. It's a venue in McHenry, Illinois. Then I'll be in Austin Thursday, September 8th at the Cap City Comedy Club. Then to Philly Wednesday, September 14th at the Helium Club out there in Philly. And we're working on more dates, so I will be adding more dates to this calendar as they are confirmed. Also, I want to do a quick shout out to Flagrant Triggers. If you haven't, we're in the process of getting all of my shirts up onto this website. If you want the classic rootin' for Putin, this is the only place you can get it, is flagranttriggers.com. If you don't quite understand what's going on in the Ukraine, that is perfect. You are a perfect person to get this shirt. If you don't quite understand what's happening in Russia, but you just want to confuse and upset some people, get the rootin' for Putin shirt. And the classic Mayr Obama era shirt is also for sale. $27 includes shipping. Super soft. Go to flagranttriggers.com, please, and thank you. And if you guys have there's a lot of you that do a lot of fantastic art, fan art and such. So I'm watching your fan art. I would love to turn some of these designs into t-shirts. So if you keep that in mind, maybe we can put some more designs out there. But, ooh, what's that sound? It's the sound of you making money from crypto. Guys, we've seen so many people making ridiculous money from crypto. I was about to say Crisco, but this is so much more profitable than Crisco. It's crypto, baby. The Copy My Crypto membership site shows you the exact cryptos that YouTuber James McMahon personally holds and allows you to copy him. It's like having a big brother who knows what he's doing. You don't need to know a thing about crypto or how to invest. You don't have to know anything about finance. You just simply do what he does. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about James. He runs the Crypto with James YouTube channel, which despite heavy censorship, has over 15,000 subscribers and 1 million views. Since March of 2020, he's told his viewers to buy 26 crypto coins. Had you put $100 into each one, it would now be worth over $66,000. So that's over $66K in about 2 years. That's pretty amazing. Of the 26 coins, his topic of the year, a coin called Phantom, is currently up around 440 times from when he started. That one call alone has retired a number of people, including guys and girls in their 20s and 30s. Remember, this is public knowledge. You can go to YouTube and verify all of this for yourself. So if this is sounding interesting to you and you would like to join the 1,300 members who copy James, then stop what you're doing and head over to copymycrypto.com/Mayr. That's spelled Mayr. You'll not only find proof of everything I've said, but my listeners get full access for just $1. That's a sweet deal, and you're not going to find it anywhere else. And act quickly because this is a special New Year deal. I know it's May, but this is a special New Year deal, and it will expire soon. That's copymycrypto.com/Mayr. Don't take this offer lightly. He's the real deal. Check it out, guys. Who doesn't like money? I like money. Crypto is a mysterious thing to me. I'm always trying to learn more about it. Check it out, guys. Copy my crypto. It's confusing because I majored in communications and I don't know about that stuff, but you can just copy him. Okay. I'm so excited to have this gal on. She is a content creator. She's been in the news for quite some time. Because for some reason, people don't understand that you can work for a place like Hooters and also be a totally smart chick pursuing higher education. And she's a content creator as well. I love her TikToks. I'm such a big fan. Welcome to the show, Leah
Hi,
Fennelly.
how are you?
Hello. I'm loving your setup. It looks like you're about to take your driver's license photo and like completely nail it.
I
This is
love that. I love
I'm
it. That's what I
I'm
was
loving
going for.
I'm loving the passport photo vibes. Um Leah, oh my god, I'm so I'm kind of obsessed with you. So let's get a little bit of
Okay.
your background. I feel like you've done so much for only being 23 years old.
Yes.
You got you got some shit for working for Hooters, which we'll
Yeah.
get into. And I think it's pretty neat that ever since you were a little girl, you wanted to work for Hooters.
Yeah, I remember like I went into Wing House whenever I was younger with my dad and brother. And I just
Where are you
remember
from? You from
Florida.
Florida? Florida, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know if a lot of people know what Wing House is, but it's like a Hooters. And I walked in there and I was like, wait a second, like they're so pretty. Cause you know, you're young and you're like, any girl is like absolutely gorgeous. And then I ended up working there. So look at that.
So and Wing House was your first job, and then you went on to Hooters.
No. Wing
Oh no, no,
House
no.
was just like my first experience of, okay, like a restaurant, I guess.
Did you say restaurant?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. I'm taking that phrase. That's great. Every restaurant should be a restaurant. And
Right?
what I've actually Hooters has been around. They were founded, I think, in 1983. So that's what,
Yes.
38, 39 years ago.
They've been around
And
for a good minute.
they've been around for a good minute, but I think they do a pretty good job. I mean, they're at least trying to merge into the next decade. Like
Yeah.
I was looking at their website, they actually have an influencer program. Like you could be a Hooters influencer, which
Oh, wow. I
might
didn't
have
know
to
that.
I might have to apply. I might have to. I don't. I mean, I don't look great in orange, so that's my only hesitation there.
That's so cool. I love that.
but
Neat.
uh but I think it's neat that they're actually trying because a lot of people see Hooters as this old cheesy crusty brand, like they think of old school Vegas or just
Yeah.
like so they're actually trying
No, they
to
are.
get with the
Yeah, they
times.
really are. They really, really are.
And so people you this is interesting. I'm going to bring up this article
Okay.
because this is exciting because you are entering to be in the Miss Hooters pageant.
Ooh, wait, I haven't seen this article
This came
yet.
out today, girl. This is hot off the
Oh
press.
my goodness. Wait, what is
This is
this?
out of the Daily Star.
Oh my god, I love the Daily Star. Shout out to them for doing
Shout out to
that.
them. This is exciting. Yeah, this came out like today. So you're seeing it
Wow.
first.
Oh,
Law student enters Miss Hooters pageant to show waitresses have brains and beauty.
that is so
Exclusive.
cool.
Leah Fennelly has been working at Hooters for almost 6 years, and now she's competing in the company's beauty pageant. She loves her job, but also experiences inappropriate comments from customers. So this is you, and oh my God, this is not
That is
scrolling
so
down.
cool. Wow.
A Hooters waitress is competing to be the face of the brand, and she's shared what working at the notorious diner is really like. Leah Fennelly, 23 from Florida, has been employed by the restaurant chain for almost 6 years. The brunette beauty wanted to work for the company ever since she was a little girl. So when the law student landed a job at the American Diner, she was delighted. She is now set to compete in the Miss Hooters International Pageant, which happens once a year to crown a girl to represent the brand for the duration of her reign. Did you know that this was is this actually did you not know that they was this the first article that is publicizing that you're in the competition?
Yeah, it is. This is
Oh,
my first article that I've been seeing. So you guys are seeing my
okay.
reaction live.
Oh my god. Hot off the
Love.
press. Okay. It starts with 60 girls and then it gets narrowed down to 40. The 40 girls are flown to Lake Tahoe where they will stay for 9 days practicing, competing, and having fun. And this is you in your sash. Looking cute. I've never been in the pageant before, but I know there's a bikini portion, dress, and interview portion. All the girls are great. The competition is strong. So if you win, you'll get prize money, prestige, and you'll be the face of Hooters for an entire year. It means you'll be traveling. You'll get to go to events, meet tons of people. It will be awesome. This is such a cute picture. See, you look great in orange. I think it helps to be a brunette, honestly.
Yeah, no, I love that picture. That picture was actually taken like a little behind the scenes. I did like a little commercial advertisement shoot for them I flew out to Georgia for an entire weekend, and we just snapped that. We did. I will give you a little secret though. See how my shirt right there is showing some skin?
I do.
Obviously, can't do that. So before we posted it on Hooters websites, we did have to Photoshop the shirt and cover up the
Really?
skin. Yeah, we
So
did.
you had to cover up on the Hooters website, but not for the Daily Star?
Well, I mean, they pulled that probably from my Instagram. So
Okay.
I didn't put a lot of work into photoshopping for my Instagram, but for advertisement purposes.
Oh, that's so interesting though, because it's funny, even though that's their brand, they still are like, all right, well, we're not going to give it all to you. You have to come in person.
Right. I mean, you have to make the uniform look good. And, especially for commercials and advertisement, they want a certain sleek look. So, having a rolled up, uniform just wasn't the right look. So yeah, that got a nice little Photoshop.
That's awesome. So how did you go from just working at Hooters to them being like, hey, we want to like use you in some commercials and like promotional material?
So actually for a lot of stuff like this, people don't really know you have to be an employee to be in any kind of commercial, any kind of advertisements. And so what they do is they release auditions, and you have to go and put in your name, maybe audition some pictures. For this specifically, because they were speaking commercials, I did have to go in and read a script. And so from that, they narrow girls down and they pull them and they'll fly them to wherever to film whatever they need.
Do you like wings?
I actually do like wings.
Okay. Is that a requirement?
No, it's not a requirement. We actually do have a girl that works with us who is vegetarian.
Does she have to keep that under wraps when she like gets to the table? Does she have? Well, it probably would never come up. They'll probably just be like, "Oh, great boobs."
Yeah, I really don't think it comes up. The only time it comes up is whenever she wants lunch, and so she's kind of like, okay, maybe a salad or what else can I get? But I mean, I love wings. I love our wings.
Okay, awesome. Which ones do you recommend if someone's never been to Hooters before?
Ooh. Okay, so either the smoked wings and Texas barbecue or Caribbean jerk or the Daytona wings. Oh my God, the Daytona wings are so good.
Ooh, okay. And this is you in a bathing suit.
Yes, that was also behind the scenes. That was an iPhone picture taken at the Hooters calendar shoot. So, yeah, I don't know if that bikini is going to be featured in the calendar. I have no idea, but that was that was from the day.
Oh my God, so cute. The Hooters girl hopes competing in the pageant will help to dispel stigma that surrounds the job. You said the misconceptions people have about girls who work at Hooters is that we are dumb. I've heard it so many times and it sucks. You have a bachelor's degree, you're in your second year of law school, and you also have a bartender who has a master's degree, and tons of girls are working towards nursing degrees. At your particular location. So you've been there for 6 years. When did you start to realize, oh, wow, this is the perception of girls who work here?
I mean, really, really quickly. I was very, not sheltered growing up, but, I would say a little sheltered growing up, and I had never experienced mean or rude people to the extent that I did when I started serving. And it's with any serving job. It is not just Hooters. But I very quickly was like, wow, like people don't look at us almost as real people. Like we have feelings, we go to school, we have lives outside of serving. And I noticed it really, really quickly.
I wonder why I feel like there's kind of an attack. Like, I mean, if you get into like, there's obviously the larger like trans debate, but I not to go like down that rabbit hole. I just feel like there's been kind of an attack on like women who happen to be, not that you just wake up. It's like, I think being attractive is work. Like obviously part of it is what you're born with, but part of it is like your workout, what you're eating, your skincare, figuring out how to do your hair and makeup that look best on you. So it's like work. You can't be lazy.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
And it takes years. Like it's like I know in college, and definitely when I was your age, like I looked awkward as hell. Like I came out of college with adult braces, and I had a short, like Midwestern blonde sort of mother of four haircut, even though I wasn't, but that was my vibe.
I love it. I will say you've done a glow up.
I have done a glow up. It's only taken many years. But I just feel like people love, and and this is a tricky thing to even talk about because people will hear us and go, "Oh, these fucking arrogant cunts! Like what? Oh, like first world problems. You're
Right.
people judge you because you're good looking." But I do feel like there's an unnecessary shittiness, and it comes out. Obviously, it's easy for it to come out online because people are more
Yeah.
emboldened when there's more anonymity to
Yeah.
just type away their shitty comments. Do you are you getting a lot of that just on your social media platforms as well? Oh, Oatmeal Joey. We got a fan. We got a fan in the chat.
Well, hi. I mean, honestly, I will say a lot of the feedback, I'm very surprised from this specific viral video, has been positive. There were some comments, as with anything, that were negative, were a little hateful. I have gotten some hateful things on my other Hooters videos, just like Hooters videos of me dancing or whatever. I do start to see some grimier comments then. But honestly, for the most part, the Hooters TikTok video that went viral was really, really positive. A lot of people were really like, okay, wow, it's like cool insight. So those were most of the comments for that. But no, I have gotten both.
Yeah, and you have to just, and that's the thing is like you have to kind of deal with it, and if it gets to be too much, like you don't have to be online. It's like something you choose. You take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up your TikTok.
Yeah.
Tell me if you can tell me which one was the viral one,
Okay.
or just like a good example for me to show people because I think it's cute. I like the one where you go through how much you make.
Yeah. Let's scroll down a little bit more because
Okay.
I don't know if it shows my pinned ones
Okay.
on. Okay, a little bit more. Yep. Okay. What I make in a day at Hooters, right there right there.
This is the one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, my shift is from 12 to 8 on a Thursday, so I'm going to show you what I make in a day. Okay, so first 3 tips of the morning, we have $3 cash and some change. We had $7 cash and some change, and then we had an $8 cash and some change. Okay, so I got 3 more tables who did all cash. I got a 6, I got a 14, and I got a 23. Okay, so night shift just came in, but from morning, I got a little busy. So I have a 4, I have a 6, I have a 0. This was from a to-go order though.
Wow.
Then I
How
have
dare they?
a 5. I think that's a 5. I don't know. Then I have a 4. I have a 31. It's because he asked for my number. And then I have a 50. Okay, so I almost forgot. From the morning shift, I got another 20, and then I got 7 cash. Okay, so I didn't realize I'm serving a Hall of Fame pitcher for a baseball team, so I'll let you guys know how much he tips me. I literally had no idea who he was, but customers started going up to him and asking for pictures and autographs, and I was like, oh. So from that, I got a $7 tip.
What?
And then another table gave me $10 cash. So I just got cut. It is 8 o'clock. Let me show you guys what tips I got from the rest of the night. So I got $38 in cash. I got $10, $5. I got $5 cash and $12 from this one guy. $7 and $5. Good morning, guys. Sorry, I literally didn't count last night. I was so tired. I had a paper that I had to come straight home and write for school. So let's get to counting. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. There's 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. There's another 100. 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 66,
You're already so much better at counting than I would be.
70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. So in cash, that is $282 that I made, but one of my regulars sent me $100 on Cash App for sitting at my table for so long. So $382, not bad.
Not bad at all.
I'm working at Hooters today. My shift is from.
Oh my god, I can't figure. I'm not on TikTok. I got off it years ago because Trump told me to, but I might have to get back on.
Yeah.
Wait, so the famous baseball guy gave you like a $9 tip or something?
Yeah, it was $7. And actually, I will
Wow.
say, I really think that's what made the video go viral, is because so many
Oh,
people were talking, like, why did a celebrity tip you $7? And it was technically 20% of the bill. And I will say, I'll give
okay.
you guys a little insight. Not all celebrities are known for tipping. They're really not. We have had some baseball people come in before, and they generally tend to not tip that well depending on who they are. So it's not uncommon. It's really not. But yeah, I definitely think that specific, the Hall of Famer, I think he's really what made the video go viral.
Yeah, and it's also cool for people like I've worked in restaurants. I worked at the Patriot in New York City
Okay.
only because I had no experience. I was like figuring out what to do with myself, and I walked by and there was a sandwich board outside that said "Shameless Saturday Night Sluts Wanted," and I was like, "This is it. This is me. This
I
I'm gonna apply
love
to work."
that.
I was like, because I had no experience, and it was a dive. I mean, it was a real shithole.
Really? Okay.
My favorite, like every day, like the guy who owned it, incredibly successful, well-known bar owner. Of course, I can't remember his name, but he owned Coyote Ugly. He owned like
Oh, nice.
Yogis, I think,
Okay.
and a couple
Wow.
others in the city. And he was
Wow.
so fat and bloated. His fingers were so bloated. He was such a
Oh my
crazy
God.
alcoholic. He would just like throw back whiskey. And then he would come in late and just drink at the bar when we'd be closing out. And he would end up like we'd go downstairs to do something with the taps or the kegs or something, and then we'd come back upstairs and he'd be laying on the ground and the night guy would just be mopping around him like a fucking crime scene. But it was the most regular thing ever. This guy, God, I think was his name Tommy. I think it was
And he was
Tommy or
the
something.
owner or the
And
manager?
he was good question. Maybe both. He was like the
Wow.
guy. He was like the in charge guy. And I just was like, "Oh, wow, this is just normal. We have to put up with it." Okay.
That's
And
crazy.
that wasn't even the part that made me want to quit. I think it was like I was working a morning shift and some guy, the bar opened at like 10 and I'm thinking no one's going to come in. It's 10, 11 a.m. Oh no. Guys came in, construction guys would like
Yeah.
all sit alongside the bar and one guy confused me for this other bartender named Patience and he was like, "Patience, it's my birthday. I would like the birthday candles." And I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then I asked around and I found out that this one bartender, Patience, would just take her tits out. She would light a paper match, like split the end of it while it was lit, put it on one nipple, light another match, do it on the other one, and then she would just let whoever blow them
What?
out. She didn't
What?
even ask for ID. You could just say it was your birthday. There would be no checking of the ID
Oh,
on her
she loved
system,
it.
and
She
and
loved
she would
it.
just do it. And I was like, oh, I was like, wow. I was like, I don't have nipples like that. I could never. I'm gonna end up burning myself. And I just was like, it wasn't. They're like the right thing for me. And I just also felt like this was like probably 2008. So it was like right around like after the economic downturn. So I was just making shit money. So I couldn't stay there.
No, that sucks. But
It
it
was
sounds like it was
crazy.
experience. It definitely sounds like it was, you know what I
It
mean?
was
It
fun.
it made you who you are today.
It did. Oh, for sure. It made me very humble.
I love
I
that. I love that.
I have a question, Leah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm sure you don't want to disclose who the Hall of Fame pitcher was, but
Frank loves baseball. He has to know.
no, it's okay. What I do want to know is because you mentioned that a lot of other
Mhm.
celebrities and athletes are generous tippers. Is there anybody who was surprisingly generous or kind
That's what
that
I was going to
stands
ask.
out that you had like a good experience with?
Yeah, so this actually wasn't me personally. I was dating this guy in high school. We dated for like 3 years, and he worked at a restaurant and he did to goes. And Justin Verlander. Justin,
Yes. He
yeah,
ended up marrying fucking what's her name?
um, uh,
Upton?
Kate Upton.
is
Yeah.
is it? Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
so.
So he did a to-go order and he tipped him $100. And I hung out with my boyfriend later that night and he was like, you'll have no idea. Like, you'll never guess. He's like, I just did a to-go order for Justin Verlander and he tipped me $100. And I was like, wait, that's so cool. Like, I love that. So, I mean, he tipped really, really well, especially for it being a to-go order. I mean, that was amazing because usually you don't get tipped on to-go orders, really.
Right. Yeah, it's like a buffet. People don't.
Yeah.
See, I'm just wondering how famous do you have to be when people are going to start being like, wow, that bitch should have tipped more.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I really don't know.
I
Like,
need to know when I'm there because I mean I always at least tip 20% at least unless something crazy went down, which is
right.
rare.
I
Yeah.
always tip 20%. Usually I even try to tip 25 or 30. I don't think I've really ever tipped below. I really don't think I've ever tipped below 20. Like maybe if it was really, really, really bad, I'd tip like 15% or something like that. But I mean, yeah, no, always try to keep it at 20. But you know, you even go on TikTok and you can hear about other people posting their stories about how they have, you know, had celebrities come in and just either misbehave or not tip really well or whatever. So it's not uncommon. I will say that. I will say that.
Do you feel like when you see a table get sat, you can look at them and you can guess how they'll tip?
Honestly, so a lot of servers will look at tables and be like, they might tip me really well. But I will say that I have been very shocked, and you never know who's going to tip you well. You really, really don't. Like it is so, that's why I am so nice to every single table, because you never know who you're talking
Yeah.
to. You just have no idea. I mean, the single guy who comes in and you know, you don't think he's going to tip you anything. He might tip you $100. Like we had a girl who works at Hooters, not at my location, but a location near us, and she got a $4,000 tip.
What?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
was that? Was this a Florida Marlin? I'm thinking who else? What other like Florida
Honestly,
baseball
I'm
teams?
telling you, the normal like blue collar boys, they tip the best.
Ooh, because they
Mhm.
probably
Okay.
appreciate
What
it.
about a guy in basketball shorts? Do you think they're going to tip well or poorly?
That's what he's wearing currently right now.
Yes.
I don't know. It just depends. It just depends. I mean, like I used to talk to a guy who would wear basketball shorts and he would tip like, you know, $100, $50 all the time everywhere we went. So it's just, it just depends. It depends on who you are. Yeah.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah. You literally
Yes.
never know.
in basketball shorts, but not part of the NBA.
You just never know.
And of course, like you're probably gonna be. I would ask you like what types of people tip better and what types of people are cheap, but I feel like that's probably not. That's probably not a.
She's
great
trying
question.
to be in a pageant. She can't answer that question.
Yeah, we can't keep it that real.
I
But
think
basketball shorts
I
tip
can
well.
keep it a little real, but I definitely, you know, I have to keep my composure. But I mean, honestly, everything that I'm saying is true. It really just does hit or miss. I will say though, but you also have to think of where I work. So where I work is a very specific place. So we do get a lot of, you know, boys that just want wings. And, you know, that's a lot of our clientele. So I really, honestly, I don't know if I would be 100% a good judge of character since I'm not working at like a regular restaurant on who's going to tip the best. I couldn't tell you, but I mean, honestly, most people tip pretty good.
Adam Sandler wears basketball shorts. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good to know. Good. Yeah, you never know. Some of these celebrities, they dress kind of like low key, and you would never know.
I mean, it's a thing. It's like the really, really rich people are going to wear clothes that you are not going to be able to pull them out of the crowd because, like, why? They don't need to. They're so rich.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, if someone walks in wearing basketball shorts and a t-shirt, you never know. They might tip you $100.
I think it's good. Like I think about what would I do if I made more money, and it's like I'm never like a super label whore. Like I like a Coach bag, but I'm not gonna like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna buy something with like a ton of logos all over it. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like they're not paying me to advertise, so why would I do that? And you kind of make yourself a little bit of a target, especially if you're walking around like a New York City, for example.
No, you do. You definitely become a target. And there was a study that came out recently that showed, depending on what kind of designer clothes you go for, say you go something for a little bit more label heavy, you might not be as rich. You're just trying to portray that you're rich.
You're just trying to impress people. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it just depends. Sorry, my.
Oh, is there a dog there? What kind of dog do you have?
I have a Dalmatian lab mix.
Okay, I was gonna say pick him up, but he sounds like bigger than pick upable size.
She's a little too big.
It's a gigantic dog.
Come
Oh, that's so
Yeah, she just
cute.
loves attention. So if I lock her out, she's gonna whine. If I put her in here, she wants to be pet.
Oh, that's so cute. This is another article. The Star loves you guys. They have a ton of
Wow.
articles about Hooters girl. So this is Hooters girl shares epic response to shut down flirty customers while working. I wonder what location this is.
Interesting.
So somebody I guess asked her, "Are you on the menu?" Like I'm sure
Yeah.
there's tons of different like
Yeah.
comments. So she hits back. She decided to hit back to the customer. Haha. Okay, whatever, Grandpa. Which I think is a perfect response because you're immediately taking all sexuality out of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, you really are. Like, I made a TikTok about that. And one of the comments that I always get is, "Are you on the menu?" That is such a common comment. And another common
How
comment,
unoriginal.
it's so unoriginal. I've heard it so many times. And another comment that I've gotten quite a few times, this one's a little bit more vulgar, but it's kind of like, I want hot and naked wings, like, or wings hot and naked, but like you. Like, I've heard that a good amount of times. Yeah.
Oh, because hot and naked is a way to order them?
Yep, hot and naked is a way to order them. Yeah. So it just.
Oh my God. I'm trying to find the TikTok where you address
where I address that
flirty comments, but if it's maybe
right
it's buried.
There, right where I'm holding a notepad.
Kill the sound. Kill the sound. Kill the sound. You're gonna get struck.
I did. It's over.
All right.
Right. Okay. Did you? I like that you edited that and you put those old guys in there.
Yeah.
What? Okay. How often does this happen to you? And how do you deal with people being too flirty?
Honestly, when they're too flirty, I usually do let it slide. I mean, I am there. I'm working for tips. It's the name of the game. The only time that I don't let it slide is if it is something very disrespectful. So, I've had tables cuss at me, and that's not okay. Like, I am not here to be cussed at. I am a human being. I'm a person. I am not, your I mean, I am your server, but I'm not, like, you can't disrespect me. You can't treat me like that. So situations like that, I definitely shut that down. We had one table one time literally get so mad at one of our girls that they threw their forks and knives at her.
Oh my God! What, like a tray flip or like an actual throwing?
Like they chunked them, and that is not okay. And the people were kicked out very quickly. The table that I had cussing and stuff like that, I was like, hey, I don't feel comfortable serving them anymore. I don't appreciate this. So situations like that, you just go, you get a manager, and you're just like, hey, figure it out. I can't deal with it anymore. Because I do have limits. The hot and naked wings, I can laugh it off. No big deal. I've heard of the,
right, if it's on the menu, it's like you're basically setting it up for them. Yeah.
No, I've heard it. But cussing at me, disrespecting me, no, that's not tolerated. So.
Again, what race were they? I think everyone wants to know the details.
The people cussing at me and throwing forks and knives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they were both white.
Okay. See, chat, it's not what you think.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know what you guys are thinking. Who knows?
Yeah. It's just some people are just so mean. I mean, like, I just posted a TikTok, my first shift ever. Okay, this was like pretty much my first job. I've never served tables before. I'm still learning the menu. And I go and I put in a chicken sandwich. And I put in a grilled chicken sandwich. And oh my God, forgive me, the lady wanted fried. And it was my first time ever. I bring out the chicken, starts screaming. I mean, I've never seen anything like it in my life. This lady got $70-something for free. And then I realized that sometimes tables come in and just kind of go crazy so that way they can get food for free.
I've definitely seen that. Yeah, there was I think it was like a Nathan For You sketch or something that we were watching. I can't even remember the context, but like these people were like, it was like, oh, if you'll love this or your money back, and a lot of people were just claiming that they didn't like it.
Yeah,
that is so crazy. And I think people just, they have a lot of issues that they haven't resolved, and they figure it's very easy to take it out on somebody like an assistant or a server or a bartender, and they think like they'll never see you again, or that they kind of like deperson you, because I've had so many jobs where
Yeah.
my boss has treated me like crap, and it's like it is tough because part of your job is to kind of deal with it.
It is. It really, really is. I mean, I'm telling like that woman who started screaming, like, you have to remember, my first shift ever. I was so traumatized, and I was like talking to the other girls. I'm like, am I gonna get fired because I put in the wrong chicken sandwich? Like, I had no idea how this worked. And they're like, no, don't worry about it. Like, you're gonna be fine. And I was like, oh my God. All you had to do was say, hey, I wanted fried, not grilled. Can you go get me a new one? And it would have been 5 minutes, if that. But you know,
her whole
some
life was
people-
probably falling apart, and this was just like the thing she needed to like let it out, like
right.
vent
A
on.
little 18-year-old Leah had to take the brunt.
Oh my
of all of that.
God. I was working at Churchill's in Rockville Center, where I'm from, and like I remember I think it might have been like my first day, or like very early on. I just like I had like a lot of these jobs. I didn't last too long, and I just was like, I was taking this woman's order. She was getting salmon, and she wanted the salmon cooked like well done or something. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, the chef only cooks it one way. And she yelled at me. She was like, you don't know what you're doing. What, you need to march back there. And I went around like a wall, and I could still hear her talking to whoever was at her table. And the guy said to her, I don't know, it was her son or something. He's like, yeah, you should chill. I don't know. Was that really necessary? And the woman was like, some people deserve to be spoken to that way. And I was like,
See, no one deserves that. No
Yeah.
one. I think now there's not really a revolution, but maybe like a societal change where people are starting to realize that you can't treat your food workers badly. I mean, they are handling your food. Like,
right.
Who are you going to get Starbucks and chicken wings from without them? You're not. So, don't disrespect the people who are giving you a service that you want.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the type of pickup lines that you guys would get, the naked wings and stuff.
Yeah.
There's like 120, 130 people watching right now, and I'm sure they're all
Okay.
thinking this. What is the best way to hit on a Hooters waitress?
Okay. Best way to hit on a Hooters waitress, I would say definitely has to be above a 20% tip. Doesn't have to be, but I mean, give a good tip, I would say. Be respectful. Don't say anything gross, because we hear it all the time. And I don't know, just be nice. Just be nice, be personable, be normal, give a nice little tip. And what a lot of people do is they leave their number on the receipt. And that usually works. So it's like, if we want to text you and you were really nice, maybe we'll text you then, or ask for our number, whatever works.
Okay, so if I went to a Hooters on a Wednesday night and had a nice conversation with the waitress, everything went great. I left my number, left 25, 30% tip. I don't hear from her. If I show up the next night and I say, hey, what's the deal?
Oh my God.
Is that frowned upon?
Probably frowned upon. I'm going to assume if she didn't text you at the end of the shift or by the next day, she probably doesn't want to talk to you.
Right, but what if maybe my handwriting is so bad and I just assumed that I wrote a 1 instead of a 7?
Oh, sure.
Well, I mean, I guess you could kind of turn that into like becoming a regular. Do you know what I mean? So
yes, be a regular.
Yeah, start becoming a regular, and then you kind of get to know the girl or the other girls, and I mean, it kind of turns into a family. Like, working at Hooters really has turned into a family, because there's some people, regulars will hang out with outside of work. It totally depends. So yeah, I'd say maybe if you wanted to take that approach, you could, as long as it's not in a creepy way.
Okay, the cops were called. But all right. Thank you for answering.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so it sounds like I remember. God, I would. I think at one of my bartending jobs, I did the opposite. Like, I would write my number on somebody's check, which is probably not the way to go.
Yeah.
They're kind of be like, "Wow, this bill's really high," and I'll be like, "No, it's my phone number." I was a little bit of a hot mess. Yeah, Frank is asking for a friend.
I love it. Yeah. Please say be really nice. Give a good little tip.
Yeah, don't be creepy. Why not? Yeah. It can only help. But give the biggest tip possible.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, talk about their life, ask about the server, just kind of try to get a little personal with it. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Okay. As this busted controller says, I went to a Hooters about 25 years ago. Women's studies class ruined the experience for me. Oh,
I wonder why.
I wonder why. Do you feel like feminism has ruined fun and Hooters and life for men and women? That's a big question.
That's a really, really deep question. I mean, I will say there has been, I've only been at Hooters for 6 years. But you know, I've heard stories about Hooters from the past, and there has been a change. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, any business has to change with a society. Like you have to keep up with the times. It's just inevitable if you want to stay in business. And so there definitely has been a little bit of a switch. You know what I mean? I feel like we took more of a turn towards family friendly. So for a while there, we really, you know, like we have kids menus and we're like, hey, bring your kids in and all these other kinds of things. So I don't know. I don't really know how to answer the feminist question. I mean, I think feminism really is all about just doing whatever you want, whatever makes you feel empowered as a woman. So if you want to work at Hooters and you know you want to put your boobs up and that's how you want to make money, I might go put her up.
You shouldn't get shit for it. Yeah, I agree. Do what you want.
What do you want?
And that's the thing. People are gonna give you shit no matter what. Like,
yeah,
if you're a hot girl who's working at Hooters, you're gonna get shit. If you're a hot girl who's not working at Hooters, you're gonna get shit. You're gonna be like, oh, where's your OnlyFans? Oh, let's send me some nudes.
I get that all the time. All the time, I get the where's your OnlyFans? Do you have an OnlyFans? And I have to tell people like, no, I don't have an OnlyFans because I'm in law school. I can't do that. Not all of us. A lot of the girls do have OnlyFans, but not all of us do. So it really just depends.
It'd be so funny. Not funny. I mean, I hope your dog doesn't attack you, but the noises that she's making is like.
She wants to play right now. It's like, it's 5 o'clock, you know, it's like dinner time. She's like, okay, Mom, what are you doing on the phone?
It's dinner time. I remember this came out last year. They redid the Sun Loves You Guys. They redid the Hooters uniform. This was from October of last year. Hooters is an American bar and grill that describes itself as delightfully tacky yet unrefined. This could also be my brand. I agree.
Delightfully tacky yet unrefined. I love it. I love
100%. October 2021, it was reported that Hooters waitresses were lashing back at their uniform standards.
Yeah.
And then it brings us to this. Okay, so what happened? They went from skimpy. Did it go from more coverage to less coverage or the opposite?
Yeah, so we went from more kind of like boy short type shorts to that.
Basically like lollipops. This is like basically like what you wear when you're a cheerleader. It's like they're underpants, but like they're meant to be on the outside. Yeah,
kind of more of like a nice little, a bigger thong, I guess you could say, is what we went to. And a lot of girls really did not like them, and there was a lot of backlash. Personally, I don't mind them. Personally, I like them. I wear them all the time. I think they're super cute. I wear them all the time. But because of these girls posting on TikTok and, you know, just kind of saying, hey, we don't like them, and all of it going viral, Hooters decided to change it and allow us to choose, okay, whatever do you feel more comfortable in? Do you feel more comfortable in the boy shorts, or do you feel more comfortable in like the thong type shorts?
So now do they let you, when you work there, do they say, okay, you can have your pick of what to wear, or do they try to keep it like all uniform?
No, you can have your pick of what to wear. So if you do want to wear the smaller shorts now, you can. It's like totally up to you. The only thing that we kind of have to follow, because we have short sleeve, we have long sleeve, we have tank tops. The only thing we have to follow is on Fridays we wear all black. But then all the rest of the days we wear orange, and then bartenders wear black as well.
Ooh, is it like the fancy night? Yeah.
Yes. We used to have this thing called Formal Friday, and so I think they got rid of it, but we would wear the all black uniform, and then we used to have like a little black bow tie.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it was super cute. And now we have Two-Step Tuesdays, which is like kind of a country theme, so we could wear our Hooters shirt with denim shorts and cowboy boots.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Do they But cowboy boots are not cheap. Do they
No.
help you like pay for those, or they just
No,
say
but
wear them?
I mean, honestly, like a lot of the girls I feel like have their own. I mean, like I have cowboy boots. All the Hooters girls that I know have cowboy boots. So I feel like most of them do. And it's optional. Like if you don't want to participate in the Two-Step Tuesday, you don't have to. So you could wear the normal uniform if you don't have cowboy boots.
Okay, that's cool. That's
Yeah, it's super cute.
Let's see. What did it do? Starting October 4th, all Hooters girls should wear the new shorts when working once they arrive to stores. The old shorts should not be worn. Uh-oh. Crotch string. The new black shorts, they do not have a bottom. They have a crotch string. The University of South Carolina School of Medicine student then poses before the camera in an orange-black pair of the phased-out Hooters uniform shorts over a pair of gray leggings. They were upset the staffers were upset by the new attire. Songer feels the restaurant did away with the old uniforms in a capricious way because this is not what I had agreed to wear a year ago. They're also just trying to honestly keep up with the times and stay relevant.
I mean, whenever you go and you kind of look at the younger generation tends to like more of the butt region as compared to the boob region. Like whenever they do studies, it was like more of, boomers, I think, were more into the restaurant type thing. Whereas,
right.
Yeah, the younger generation is more like butt focused.
Butt focused, something for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so she was. Oh, were these the old ones?
Yeah, those look like the old ones, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But even then, those old shorts, you're supposed to wear them lower. So,
okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to wear them lower and kind of have them cover the butt cheeks. So you want to be able to pinch the back of the shorts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. And
has there ever? Okay, and these are the new ones?
Yeah, those definitely look like the new ones.
Oh, wow. And yeah, they assume you're going to like tuck your shirt in. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
they're basically like big panties.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're comfortable. I think they're cute. So it really is just personal preference.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if it's not that far to go from this to this.
It's not.
It's not a big deal. And you know what? Just do some more squats, girls. Just get there. No.
No, I think the new shorts are totally cute. I love them. It really is just personal preference.
Yeah, they are super cute. Okay, let me bring up here. I think wow, this is another article they did about you at The Sun. Oh gosh, people assume I'm dumb. This one was from April 28th. Wow, and then they did one today announcing the pageant.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. I thought that article was really cute. There is a little bit of a typo.
Oh, where?
Well, it says, but I'm law student with brains. It doesn't say I'm a law student with brains.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Get with it, the star.
A little bit of a typo, but it's okay. It's just kind of funny that there's a typo in it whenever it's like, I'm a law student with brains, but there's like a typo.
Yeah, stop trying to make me sound stupid. Yeah. I'm a law student. I am a law student. Aw. Let's see if this goes over basically the same points. 6 years. Okay. Are there more misconceptions that you get in person? Or is it more so happening online?
Honestly, I would say in person. I had one table that came up to me and he was a little rude and he was like, I know you wouldn't know anything about running a business. So,
my God.
Yeah, he's like, I know you wouldn't, but maybe you need to go tell your manager I know how to run a business. And he was just a little rude. And I wasn't a fan. I really was not a fan. And just to come up to me and to assume, hey, I know you don't know how to run a business. I was like, whoa. Wait a second. Like, actually, I might. Like, you never know. You never know who you're talking to. I had one guy that kind of made me kind of come up with the theory of not the theory, but the statement of wanting to change the misconception about Hooters girls is that I had a table come up to me and he was like, did you even graduate high school?
Wow.
Yes, I actually did. I'm actually in law school. I was like, did you graduate high school? Because that's a little rude. you know?
Damn.
So yeah,
very stereotyping.
I've heard a lot of comments from a lot of different people, and they're very just kind of, they're low-key comments, you know what I mean? They're not like, oh, hey, like, you know, you're
low-key
dumb.
shitty. Yeah.
They're
like
just
condescending. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of very condescending comments, for sure.
More so from guys or from women? Or is it a mix?
Men. I would say men. Typically, I love serving women. Honestly, I really do. And whenever women do come in, I actually have a thing that I do. So say a man and a woman comes in, I'm always going to stand right in front of a woman. I'm only going to talk to her. I'm only going to look at her.
Wow. This is like, you totally get it, because that's like a subconscious thing that you set up.
Yes.
And I've noticed from doing comedy, from doing stand up, like just when you meet people after a show, like I always stand closer to the woman. It's like, it's an unconscious thing you do to kind of like make them feel more comfortable.
No, it really is. And, you know, I mean, let's be real here. The women control the purse strings. So if you're going to sit there and you're going to make a woman feel uncomfortable or make her mad or, you know, whatever it is, you might not be getting a good tip. And you want a woman to feel comfortable, because sometimes it can be very intimidating, you know, when they're walking in and, you know, there's all of these beautiful women and come here, Mom. There's all of these beautiful women. So you really just want to make sure, come here. You know what I think it is? I think she sees her tennis ball and she can't get it.
Oh, you can get it if you.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Oh, she's like, I have a podcast.
Come here.
For the most part, Leah says the customers she serves are lovely. That's nice.
Oh, yeah, no. All the women, I mean, all the customers I've had are absolutely amazing. The women are always great. Like, it really is awesome. But no, I would say for sure, you have to take care of the women. You have to make them feel good. So that's something that I've noticed. I have had some that do come in and they are a little bit like, a little rude or whatever, but I usually, you know, I brush it off. It's anyone. It's not even just men or women. It's literally anyone. So.
Yeah, it's true. It could be they had a really bad day. It could be that they're feeling like insecure. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been there. Like, we've all had a really bad day, and, you know, it's just not, so I understand it. I always let it slide. I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. Unless it comes to the disrespect, then that's where, you know, I do put the brakes on that. But other than that, I mean, you know, you never know what people are going through.
Yeah. Oh, so understanding. Okay, from Premium Nick, Leah, Fennelly, brains and beauty indeed. Such a cutie. Congrats on your super success. Chrissie always delivers the hotties for us fans. Woo!
I love that. Well, thank you for that.
Premium Nick again. Chrissie, congrats on your Hussy magazine feature. Definitely gonna subscribe. Oh, this is a magazine that's coming out in July. It's a picture of me with my jacket on, so don't get excited, guys. Premium Nick, speaking of rude customers, watch the film Waiting with Ryan Reynolds. There's a scene how Ryan Reynolds deals with a super rude customer. Let's just say she learned her lesson. Oh, now I really want to watch that.
Yeah, now I'm gonna go watch that for sure.
That trick that not even a trick, but like the standing closer to the woman thing, is that something that you learned just over time, or did someone give you that tip?
No, that's definitely something that I learned from over time. I don't know exactly where I picked it up from, but it just kind of came with the experience of, you know, just working there and being like, okay, hey, like, I don't know. I really couldn't tell you where it came from. It's just something that I do. I think as a woman, I would want the woman to talk to me. So maybe that's where, you know, subconsciously it's coming from. I couldn't tell you, but I've just always done it.
Yeah, you're probably just very perceptive and like empathetic and picking up on vibes.
Oh, 100%.
And you said during sports seasons, my tips are usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, sports seasons are always usually really good. Football season is so much fun. I love working Sundays, because you get to literally watch the football game, but also make money. So it's like, it's a win-win situation. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it definitely helps when you also like sports, for sure.
Yeah. And a lot of people, you know, assume that we don't like sports, or, you know, it's like, you know, the girls don't like sports, whatever you want to call it.
You're just a dumb girl. I know you don't understand how to run a business or how sports work.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, I'll be sitting there like in the middle of a game and I'll stop and I'm like, yeah, let's go. So I love it. I love working Sundays during football season. We have spring training where I work. So that's, where we get a lot of the baseball players come in.
Marlins players or like what other teams are out there?
What other teams?
Yeah.
Like besides like other sports teams, like baseball, soccer, stuff like that.
Yeah, which teams?
Florida has a lot. Florida has a good amount. I mean, I don't work in Tampa. I work near Tampa.
Okay.
And we have, like in Tampa, you have the Tampa Bay Lightning, which is hockey.
Yeah.
You have the Rays, which is baseball. You have the Rowdies, which is soccer. Then you have the Buccaneers, which is football. And then for spring training, we get other baseball teams from around because everyone comes to Florida to do their spring training. So, yeah, we have a lot of teams in Florida. We have a lot.
Have you ever gone on a date with a customer or somebody you've met?
Oh, yeah. Hooters? Oh, 100%.
Hear that, guys? There's a chance.
There is a chance. That's why I said leave a good tip. Be really nice. Like, I'm speaking from experience. No, I definitely have gone on a date with a customer. Maybe like 2.
Did he take you to Hooters? That would be hilarious.
Oh, no. I would
on your off night.
No, there was one date that I went on and we just went to like a bar at the mall or something. And, it was nice. He just wasn't for me. And then I went on another date with this guy that I met at Hooters. And I don't know, like how explicit can I be?
Very. Go all out.
So I went on a date with this guy and he literally after the date sent me a dick pic. And I was like, no, like this is not me. So, yeah, that one did not go anywhere. At all.
Okay, you hear that, guys? Don't send a dick pic after the first date. What date do you feel like is a good? How many dates until you're like, okay, I'm comfortable seeing a picture of your dick?
Honestly, I'm not like sitting here begging to get a dick pic. It's not like a requirement of mine. Maybe if we're like, I've always said, if we're dating and we're having like a fun little texting time, okay, sure. But like, it's not like girls where you're like, oh, I want to see like this girl's nudes. It's like, I don't really want to see your dick. I don't really want to see a dick pic.
Yeah, you're like, when I said give me a good tip, I didn't mean that tip.
Right. And you know what? That comment has been posted a lot on that viral video. A lot.
Oh, leaving a tip? Okay.
Yeah, that is. Oh I've seen that a lot this week. But yeah, no, I've definitely gone on a couple of dates with them. And yeah, it's, a lot. Most of the girls do. Most of the girls have gone on a date with someone from Hooters for sure.
That's good to know. From Crash Mondo. Okay, we have some thirsty, dehydrated guys in the chat. Leah, currently single, asking for a friend.
Yes, I am currently single.
Oh, he's asking because he's in Tampa. Oh, shit.
Is he really? Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I met him. He's a really nice guy. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I graduated from University of South Florida, which is in Tampa. So I love Tampa area.
Oh, my God. Invite me to the wedding, please. Okay. What do your parents and your family think of A, the fact that you work at Hooters, and B, that you have a lot of TikToks, you have a lot of like cute like TikToks and videos out there, and your social media is popping? Like, are they at all, I don't know, a little like boomery and poo-pooing it, or are they understanding and excited for you?
So I don't know how to answer this. Both of my parents did pass away when I was younger.
Oh, no.
So they aren't like, they don't know about it. My dad knew about me working at Hooters and he loved it. He really did. He thought it was the coolest thing ever. Because he was from Ireland. And so, he was like the American dream. And he's like, my daughter works at Hooters. This is so cool. But my grandpa, he's really old. He's like 80 something. So he doesn't understand what I'm doing on TikTok. I just called him and I was like, hey, my video went viral, like I did a little interview here or there. And he's like, oh, that's really cool. But I don't think he comprehends it. But
he's trying to give you like cream recommendations. Like he's like, oh, you're viral.
Yeah.
Get like, that taken care of. Yeah.
Yeah. He does not understand what's going on. But my little brother, who is 17, so he's a Gen Xer, you know what I mean? Or Gen Z.
Yeah.
He's a Gen Zer. So, he's like, he thinks it's cool.
How old were you when your parents died?
Yeah, so my mom I was 14.
Oh my god.
And my dad, I was 18. So yeah, I've been very independent for a very long time.
Okay, that's really hard. I mean, that's like That's a lot to go through very young.
It is. I remember literally right as I was going into college, the school counselor, I was like, yeah, my dad died like 2 weeks ago or something. And she was like, and you're starting college? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I think you need to take the semester off. And I was like, no.
Wow.
I was like, my dad would kill me if I took the semester off. Like, he'd be so upset. So, yeah, no, I definitely went through a lot in a very short amount of time, I will say. But I am very grateful for the way that they raised me. I think that they gave me really good morals. They gave me really good work ethic. They showed me everything that I needed to know in life. And so I'm not a drug addict and I'm not an alcoholic, so we're doing good.
Oh my God. Yeah, it definitely sounds like they instilled within you a good work ethic.
Yeah.
Wow. And like my mom died just like almost 4 years ago. So,
Wow.
and I'm like, was bitter about that for a while. Like I was like, and now I feel like I can't say shit because it's like you lost him, you were so young, and I get mad. Like I don't know if this ever happens to you. I get mad at people who are like in their 60s and still have their parents like living, and I'm just like, ugh, you don't know.
Sit there and be like, wow, like all these things you could be doing or could have been doing. It definitely sucks, and I feel for anyone that has to go through it, and everyone has to go through it. It is inevitable, and I feel so bad, but changing my life perspective about it really did help me. Just instead of looking at like, wow, I'm so upset that they're gone and I'm missing out on things, I changed it to, I'm so grateful to the time that I had while they were here. And it really, really helped me cope. Really.
How did they die?
Yeah. So my mom, when she was younger, like I'm going to say my age, she had to be rushed into surgery because she had like a aorta valve thing. And way back when, they put a pig's valve in her heart. And
wow.
It was only supposed to last, I think they gave her like 10 years and then you had to replace it, but they just never replaced it. They're like, oh, it's fine. And then one day it just wasn't fine. But up until, once that happens, you can't do anything. You have to nip it in the bud before like it's not fine.
Wow.
So she passed from that, and then it's really sad. My dad, they said he was so upset about my mom passing that his immune system took a shit.
Oh, wow.
And he got cancer like 2 months after she died. He got stage 4 cancer.
That's crazy. That's so similar to what happened with my mom, because like after my grandmother, her mother died, like she was diagnosed like, really just a few months after.
Yeah.
And I know she was so close to her, and I know she was also like very stressed too. And she had like terminal, very shitty brain cancer. So it was like very hard to watch. And I can't believe you went through that. Do you feel like your like grandparents kind of helped to raise you? I mean, like not like, you're basically almost grown anyway, but
honestly, I think I raised myself. Something that, I tell people to give them insight is a couple of days before my dad died, I was like, what do I need to know? Like, I just need to know what's going on. And he looked at me and he said, don't trust anyone, not even the family. You are on your own the day that I died.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
he kept it real. Wow.
He kept it very real, and man, oh man, was he right. But he was like, I hate to tell you this, but I'm the only person you have left, and when I'm gone, you are on your own until the day you die. And I was like, okay.
No pressure. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh
no
my
pressure.
Gosh, Leah.
I will say I definitely have raised myself for sure.
You're very with it and put together for someone who's gone through so much hardship, and that's really commendable. Like, good for you.
Yeah, I value what I went through because I feel like it's given me the opportunity to have the experience so I can help other people. So, you know what I'm talking about when people come up to you and they're like, oh my God, we're so sorry. Like, let us know. But you kind of have that feeling of like, you don't know what I'm going through, but I do know. So I don't feel bad going up to people and saying, I can help you. I do understand. I am here for you because I do know. And I have the right to tell, I've been through it. So I definitely value the experience. So that way I don't just have an empty, I'm so sorry, when I genuinely am sorry.
Yeah, you lived through it. Yeah, definitely lay it on at the Hooters pageant. Lay it on very thick that both of your parents are dead. I think that will just do great. You have to use
maybe
it.
it'll guilt them.
You have to milk it. No. Everyone's like, this interview turns sad really quick.
No,
It's okay.
No,
we're keeping it light. It's all good. It's just like, I think that's good for people to know, because people sometimes will look at someone like you and they'll be, insecure or jealous or whatever. Like, wow, she's so beautiful. She has the most perfect life with no struggles. Everything's been handed to her. Or they make, you know what I mean? Like, people go, oh, it's trust fund, or people make up all sorts of things to justify, not respecting you or listening to you. And it's helpful to know that you've gone through some real hardship.
No, I've heard stuff like that so many times. Oh, I wish I had your life. You're so perfect. Everything is great. And I'm like, do you guys really know? Do you really know what I've been through? I don't know. I've heard stuff like that all the time.
Frank.
I got a question.
Yeah.
To get off of dead parents topic. What's the biggest tip you've ever gotten? And have you ever been stiffed? And if you were stiffed, do you recall what happened?
Okay, so I will say biggest tip I've ever gotten, it's either 100 or 150. I'm not sure which one, but I've gotten a couple tips where they are $100. As for stiffing, that is very, very common. It is very common. And I don't think a lot of people realize how common it actually is. I mean, I will say the first time I ever got stiffed, the bill, I remember, it was like $77. And they were a really nice couple, and I gave them great service. And so I went over there, and I'm cleaning up the table, and I saw 0 written on the tab. But then I didn't get any cash, and I was like, wait a second, like, what did I do? Like, because I didn't do anything. And then it was just, the first time I was talking to coworkers, and they're like, this is your first time getting stiffed? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, welcome to the club. Like, it happens all the time. So then from there, I mean, I expect it maybe once a shift, at least once every other shift.
I was thinking once a week this might happen, but this is every day.
And it really, really just depends. It really just depends on, the shift you work or the day. It's just, you get it a lot more than people think. You really do.
Wow. I used to be a waiter and a bartender at Applebee's and also a couple other restaurants in Westchester County. And we always talked about when you get stiffed, sometimes it's the confusion of what was the mistake? Did they think the other person was leaving a tip or whatever? So we always felt that the bigger insult is if someone leaves you $1 or just change, because that's deliberately saying fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't. The only time I've really gotten like $1 has been on smaller bills. I will say though, I did when I was younger. I served a table of about 30 to 35 Canadians.
Canadians, I knew it.
Yeah, and I think I maybe only made a couple dollars, but that was, they didn't know, or
they knew. They're not fucking retarded. I hate this whole like, oh, I'm European. Oh, I'm not from here. I don't know. It's like, you come to the country, you should know the deal when you're eating out.
Yeah,
it makes me so mad.
I mean, because they took up multiple girls sections, 35 of them. That's a lot of girls, and they were there for a very long time because we had to cook for 35 people. And because over there, I think in Canada, like tip is included, or they get a minimum wage already. And so I didn't really understand that. And a lady was like, "Oh, you can keep the change," and it was like a quarter, and I was like, "Oh." Ugh. Oh, thank you. And, I was like, okay, whatever. So yeah, that one, I got experience from that, that was my first time serving 35 people. And even though I didn't make money, I got experience. That's fine.
You have a very good attitude. I would have been like running out to the parking lot, be like, excuse me, did something happen?
They pulled up a big tour bus and
oh my God. Okay, one more from Matthew Hammond. Is Hooters really that controversial now? Most sports bars show as much or more.
I wouldn't say Hooters is that controversial. I mean, maybe it's just because it's such a worldwide brand that, there's more focus on it. Because, I mean, he is right. There are a lot of bars. Do you know what bar it is in Texas where they just do the painted tops?
No.
What is it?
But I would like to go to this bar.
I don't remember, but there's like a restaurant bar in Texas, and they just do painted to tops. And, you know, so you have places like that. I mean, but I feel like it's because Hooters is so much more mainstream and so out there. I mean, we're in multiple countries. We're all over the United States, that I feel like maybe we do get the most attention. Whereas there are other places that are wearing, you know, a lot less and not getting as much attention.
Okay.
Redneck Heaven.
Oh, you found that quickly.
I might have had it saved already. Sure. I won't say why.
There might be
private chat though.
Wait, I think there's a place called Titans.
Ooh.
Look that maybe look that up. I'm not 100% sure, but that sounds right.
There's also Tilted Kilt, which is
Tilted Kilt,
Irish theme, little tiny skirts.
Yes,
very. Which I've never
Where's
been
that?
to. Terrible.
Where is that?
There was one up in Poughkeepsie.
Tilted Kilt's everywhere. We used to have one in Orlando, I think.
Oh, look how cute! See, that's basically like a shirt.
Yeah, it's a shirt. It's just a paint shirt.
Yeah. Although you have to worry though if you bump into, like if you spill a drink on yourself, or like you know, if someone by accident throws their drink or on purpose their drink at you.
I didn't think about that.
But it's got to be semi like waterproof paint.
That's
I'm sure they've thought of this. Interesting. I'm learning so much.
Neat.
So neat, guys. Thank you guys so much for your super chats and questions. So what do you know the timeline for the Hooters pageant? Do you know what can regular people vote on this?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am going to be flying out to Lake Tahoe. I believe it's the 16th. I'm going to be out there for about 8 to 9 days, and we're just, pageant boot camp. It's going to be.
You're going to learn the wave, the walk. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be everything. We're going to be practicing photo shoots, charity stuff. You know, we're just going to have a whole entire 8 or 9 days. And then the pageant itself is going to be broadcasted on TV June 23rd at 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
So, yeah, I know that I believe you can buy tickets. They sold tickets last year and the year before. They haven't announced tickets yet, but if anyone is in Lake Tahoe and they want to go, they do usually sell tickets for it. But yeah, the actual pageant is the 23rd, and I am so excited. Can't wait.
Leah, do you have a Twitter? I couldn't find a Twitter account for you.
I do. It's on private because my Twitter is it's just like, it's shitty.
Like, I want to be canceled, Frank.
Well, we could send some people right there to follow you.
No, you
can.
Literally, I've had it since 2013. I think I have like 400 followers. Like, I never really use it. And so, yeah, I think it's just Leah_Fennelly, I think is what it is.
Okay. I'm going to follow you there. We got to beat that Twitter up.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, let's build it for you.
It's either.
We're a Twitter crowd, if you can't tell.
Love that.
Cool. Oh, I see you there. All right, follow. There's someone with your name that has 9 followers.
Okay, that might be the newer account that I start. I don't know. There's 2 Leah Fennellys on there, and 2 of them should be me, unless there's a fake account. I do have a lot of people that make fake accounts of me, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, that's super annoying. Okay, we'll try to figure that out. Until then, follow Leah on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure to repost whenever you was that date in June? When people
June 23rd.
June 23rd.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Anything else you want to plug, Leah?
Honestly, no. It's been a great interview. If anyone has any more questions or comments, I'm always here to try to answer them in my DMs.
Nothing creepy, unless you tip big.
And I'm so sorry about the dog.
Oh, no, I loved it. I love dogs.
She added a little bit of character, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I'll never turn away a dog. Thank you guys so much in the chat for your questions and comments and super chats. Until next time, goodbye.
Yeah.